The Florida Sharks have been hucking and chucking deep with little success. Joe Francis vows that changes tonight. It's not too late for the Sharks to turn it around, but will it be tonight against the Claws? With reports the fan base is growing restless with complacency. Cleveland and New York's offenses are in a funk. 3 straight games of 22 points or less. The last time they both scored over 22, when they played each other to overtime. 27-24 Lightning won. Are the Bandits destined for a bounce back? And the Tennessee Ramblers have a new backfield, shuttering the Davis brothers. Will it be a spark to top undefeated Cincinnati? The Vultures just won a relaxing fourth quarter for once, and their 7th consecutive win. We'll watch it all tonight in the Virtual Zone. Week 7 continues here on VFN. Sit back and enjoy the glory of 3 times the football as 90 minutes of UFL football starts right now. We've got opening kickoffs in 2 games in Ohio where they just experienced some severe weather just about an hour and a half ago, but things are starting to settle down just in time for football. We've also kicked off in New Orleans, Louisiana, expected to experience 4 to 6 inches of rain tomorrow, but it is a beautiful day out there today. We start with Florida as Sauce K takes a carry near a first down. The Sharks are the only winless team in the UFL this season. New Orleans is up and down, a bit of a roller coaster. We spoke in the pregame about their fan base feeling like the team is a little complacent, but they did pick up new wide receiver Trevor Neville, who's making his debut tonight, but Florida gets the start on offense. How will both New York and Cleveland's offenses do tonight? We'll have to find out. They played an excellent first game earlier this season. It's the first rematch of divisional opponents in any division, the Metropolitan Divisions, New York Lightning and Cleveland Bandits squaring off for the second time this season, second and final meeting of the regular season. And Tennessee does have a new backfield, as mentioned. The Ramblers, as Chima's pass is nearly intercepted but incomplete. The Ramblers' new quarterback tonight is George Snyder, and the running back in the backfield is Maurice Stokes. So a new backfield for Tennessee, a new beginning for a lot of their stars, including Action Jackson, Max Capone at receiver, Mike Rodick on the defensive line, Dexter Jackson at linebacker, and Joey Duncan II in the secondary. And early on, Tennessee's defensive stars do get the stop. Cincinnati will have to punt the football away. And off of New York's opening punt, they're going to down Cleveland inside their own 5-yard line. Not the start the Bandits wanted here to start this game. I mentioned it to all of our UFL subscribers in our Discord server. I'm dealing with a lot of pollen and some allergies today. I can feel it already gathering. Not to get too specific, as Tennessee has a first down. So I might try to save myself a little bit for the fourth quarter, if that makes sense, in the hopes that we've got some drama going on there. We mentioned at the top of the show, Mark Anthony rather, has been struggling to catch a lot of these deep balls from Joe Francis, and in a sick twist of fate, the first pass of the day for Florida is a deep shot to Mark Anthony that's incomplete. Florida hopes that is not a big part of their offensive game plan today, as they worked a lot this week to curve those low percentage plays out of the playbook. It's going to be third down for Cleveland, fresh set of downs for Tennessee after a 21-yard throw outside. I believe that was Max Capone. So let's settle in. We'll get caught up on the chat. We've got Hugo going tonight, as well as we do every night. Diagonals win the day for bingo here on UFL Game Night. Florida, New Orleans, New York, Cleveland, Tennessee, Cincinnati. UFL Game Night is fully underway. Ryan Davis throws a pick. Or excuse me, not right. Forgive me, George Snyder, the new quarterback in Tennessee, just threw a pick 6. Not his first pass of the game, but Snyder turned around, to throw a little hitch out to Action Jackson on 3rd and short. It is taken back the other way by unclaimed corner Cornell Spencer. And that's how we begin our scoring tonight here on Game Night. That pick six is going to officially be from 45 yards away, and the extra point is good. A horrific start for Tennessee on the road, has been really struggling. Their only win is against Denver a few weeks ago, and the undefeated Vultures have jumped out to a quick 7-0 advantage. Florida and New Orleans go scoreless on their opening possessions. The Sharks offense is back out there. Second possession of the day for New York. As we look for our first offensive points of the game, Joe Francis has his first completion. That is to Michael Joseph for a first down, Florida to the 46-yard line. George Snyder, 0 for 2 and a pick in his first game. Snyder's pass is complete. I'm just catching up on the chat here after getting everything going here tonight. I was expecting allergies and a red nose cam, but he got his woman to get some makeup on him. That or he's just naturally good looking. No makeup, maybe a good camera. And never any product in the hair. All natural. New York's got a near a red zone opportunity. Brando Black started 5 for 6 for 21 yards. That's Maxwell with his first grab for 9 up to the Cleveland 21-yard line. And you might hear the pollen the most when I say things like 9.
Down, 18, Gator. 58, right there.
Handoff to Maurice Stokes in the backfield, and he doesn't get much. 3rd down and 13 for Tennessee. Not the start the Ramblers wanted. Usually a really great road team, but that has not been the case so far this season. Sauce K, plenty of him in the first quarter for Florida, up to 6 carries already for 35 yards. That comes after a delay of game, but they get a first down off it. Jupiter Jennings, 2 carries, no yards. That was 3rd and short, but wrapped up. This is Snyder on a scramble. He's going to be well short of the first down. Tennessee off the punt again. Robert Henson asks, are we really back to this? New York. And as mentioned at the top of the show, both Cleveland and New York's offenses have been struggling as of late, but they'll get close enough for a field goal. This is a 42-yard field goal attempt for New York. 42-yard kick is banged through, and New York is on the board. Our first offensive points of game night here tonight, 3-0. We got a special treat for you coming up here on the UFL. Of course, we've got our regular set of programming on Thursday, but then on Sunday, it's yours truly and Charles Doherty in VFN Studios for a special UFL primetime doubleheader on Sunday afternoon. We'll see Cincinnati and St. Louis, 2 teams at the top of the standings, and then we've got Florida at Dallas. The Florida Sharks winless, but has been very competitive. Dallas, obviously one of the best teams in the league. We'll see how Florida looks in that one. A special doubleheader. Your bingos will carry over into the second broadcast, and that's coming up Sunday afternoon before we resume our regular schedule on Tuesday, May 13th. Just looking ahead to that Tuesday the 13th schedule. Got San Diego, Rochester, should be a pretty interesting ball game. San Jose, Vegas out west as well. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Cincinnati on their own 18. Florida's got a 47-yard field goal, and that kick is good. So we are in the 40s tonight. Heavy here on Hugo. 3-0 Sharks. And Cincinnati is unable to convert their 3rd down and 1. That's an excellent tackle in the backfield. Tennessee's going to get off the field. And so far their defense is playing pretty great. You all might know Charles Doherty from the SFL. You also know him as Billy Flagg of the Dakota Rhinos. I'm going to stick in with Cincinnati here. Tennessee, as Action Jackson returns that up to the 35-yard line, as the best field position of any team currently.
On the set.
1st and 10 for George Snyder and the Ramblers. Setting up another quick shot, but it's actually a loss of yardage. Ray Chapatulas on the carry. It's 4 for New Orleans. It goes down as a 4-yard loss for Max Capone. 2nd and 10 for Cleveland. Hand off to Jaden Swift. He's only got 11 yards on his first 6 carries. New York's defense has been excellent since they made some adjustments a few weeks ago. Their offense not as much, and in fact, New York lost their two top receivers a couple weeks ago. Jabari Taffery and Jalen Saunders now their top 2 players, but they are unclaimed as Cleveland's got a 1st down to the New York 37-yard line. That's a 24-yard catch down the field, and the Bandits are in New York territory, so we'll go to Cleveland for some audio. Third down and inches for Tennessee at their own 44. They'll hand it off, and breaking through a tackle. Loose. That is Stokes, I believe. No, it's Sherman, the backup. 26 yards on his first carry as LaFouche goes down the field, and that is knocked away. But what a run on 3rd and short. It looked like Sherman was going to be bottled up in the backfield. But Tennessee is in Cincinnati territory thanks to their ground game. 2nd and 10 for Cleveland across the 50, and Swift is dropped in the backfield. Just 9 yards on 7 carries, and New Orleans is loose down the sideline. That is Trevor Neville in his first UFL game. Touchdown, New Orleans. Just a little screen outside, or a little hitch route. Neville makes 2 players miss, and that's the feast or famine of that play. This one goes for a touchdown for New Orleans. Play fake for Snyder, going to take off and run, and he lost a yard. It goes down as a sack for Wilson. But how about Trevor Neville scoring his first career touchdown in his first quarter of action? Covert takes off and runs for Cleveland. He lost the ball. It's still loose, and it's picked up by New York. New York is loose down the sideline. Kane Vasquez all the way. Touchdown, New York, on a fumble recovery for a score. Two explosive plays in the opening quarter, and Tennessee is in the red zone. We got to check on this. Yeah, that ball looked like it was coming out from Covert. We'll confirm your official yardage coming up, but what a play by Vasquez and Neville. And now Tennessee is in the red zone.
Come on, set, 30 base.
The fumble recovery, no doubt, a 50-plus on your Hugo card. This is a handoff to Stokes can't get in the end zone. 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
On the ready. Ready.
And for
False start, offense.
Neville, it was also 50+, so a pair of 50+s hit there. New York is also up to 10 points. Snyder under center for Tennessee on a 2nd down and goal at the Cincinnati 7-yard line. Handoff again. Little running room there to the 5. Rolifon asking when SFLM season 11 starts. That'll probably be in July as the SFLM move to running side by side to the SFL this season. This is Snyder on the quarterback keeper from 5 yards out. George Snyder, touchdown, Tennessee. And the Ramblers weather the storm in Cincinnati and put together a solid touchdown drive. They're an extra point away from tying the game up. Ryan Davis this season is Tennessee's starting quarterback. Had 1 rushing touchdown, and Snyder has that in the opening quarter for Tennessee. We're tied at 7. Deep shot, Cleveland. That pass is caught to the New York 35-yard line. A deep shot, 38 yards to the unclaimed tight end, Carrick Randall. One-on-one coverage, nice grab from Randall. And let's go to Cleveland, where the Bandits have crossed the 50. Florida has also crossed the 50 at the New Orleans 34-yard line. The handoff goes to Swift and Kay in respective games as we wind down to the end of the first quarter of play.
Go! 50, plant.
Handoff, and again on 2nd and 5, New York is there. This run defense is nasty. Handoff to Sauce K, and nothing doing again. 45 yards on 12 carries in the first quarter for Florida. Riley on the stop, 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Sharks. 3rd down for Cleveland coming up as well.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy.
3rd and 6 at the New York 30 for the Bandits. And we will have to flip sides of the field into the first quarter in Cleveland off the water. Deep shot for Chima has got a 1st down for Cincinnati. Deep shot for Joe Francis with the sideline incomplete. Francis 3 of 5 for 59 yards so far tonight, but the drive's going to stall out for Florida unless they try to attempt a 54-yard field goal. That pass up the middle complete for a 1st down. For Cleveland, of course, they're led by their star receivers, Cash Carter and Annie Beaverhausen, who both have been a little quiet today. Jaden Swift, Isaac Covert on that defense, and Ezra Swift is their center. Cincinnati trying to answer that Tennessee touchdown as a 2nd down, the 42-yard line. New Orleans blocked the field goal, and New Orleans picks it up. Another scoop and score, the Claws with a blocked field goal touchdown. Meanwhile, Jaden Swift buried by Vasquez. Swift averaging just 1 yard a carry, this one on a pitch. New Orleans with 2 monster plays in the first half. And that's another 50-plus yard touchdown. That's the 3rd of the day here on game night. All right, let's go to Cincinnati. 3rd down and 2 for the Vultures at the 39, although they just ended the first quarter. So now back to Cleveland, where they are now inside the red zone. And the extra point for New Orleans is good. 14-3 Crabs, and it really hasn't even been Florida's offense lack of ball movement. But New Orleans has 2 monster plays. Covert setting up a screen to Swift. He got away briefly, But now it's 4th down and 2 for Cleveland. They've got a decision to make. Tackle made by Dante Doom III. He, along with Rose Black, St. Louis, and Kane Vasquez, make up this talented Lightning defense. On 4th down and 2, Cincinnati going to elect to play field position, not take a 56-yard field goal in a tie ball game. And it looks like Cleveland is going to kick a 33-yard field goal attempt to get some points on the board. From 33 yards away, Cleveland's kick is good. Ten called numbers so far tonight. Let's go to the start of the second quarter in New Orleans as Tennessee's Snyder has a completion down the field. He's 5 for 7 so far. That's Max Capone with another big play in this offense. 2nd down and 3 for Joe Francis. He's dialing it up over the middle. That pass is caught to the 49-yard line. 5 of 7 for 82 yards. Joe Francis looking sharp. That's Mark Anthony. Ray's in the chat saying nice about her Claws trying to get a big win here tonight. New Orleans is 2-4, trying to get to 3-4 this evening. Tennessee's at the Cincinnati 44-yard line. Florida up past the 50 as well. Sauce K and Brando Black's near the 50 after that completion. Let's go to Cincinnati. 22-yard catch for Gordon for New York. Snyder in the pocket, going to take off and run, and Cincinnati buries him. That is Robert Brady Jr. making the sack for Cincinnati. For Robert Brady Jr., that is his second sack of the season. He has 6 TFLs. Robert Henson Jr. takes his first carry, but is bottled up. Nothing much doing there. Sauce K up the gut for Florida, all the way down to the 26-yard line of New Orleans. 2nd and 12 for Tennessee, and Sherman is decked in the backfield. That is Robert Brady Jr. again. He's got a TFL, a sack, and a couple of tackles so far tonight. Let's go to Cleveland. New York's got a 2nd and 11. 8:35 to go in the first half. Black's pass is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up there. Florida's just outside the red zone, down 14-3 at the New Orleans 26. They'll fake the handoff. Francis has all day to throw. Francis has to get rid of the football. Now tries to escape out the back door and is sacked for a monster loss. Brando Black on 3rd and 11 for New York. He is going to air it deep, and there is not much there. I mean, there was nobody open deep down the field, and lucky that that wasn't an interception, although it would have been an arm punt anyway, and New York's going to have to punt the football. Some of the New York players are a little bit concerned this week with Brando Black having some issues with that throwing arm this week. And New York in some trouble there on a bobbled snap. Not a very good snap at all. Little bit of a wobbler, and the punt is shanked out of bounds to the 22-yard line, so that's where Cleveland will take over. That could have been much worse for New York. Joe Francis on a 2nd and 24. Play fake. He's got a wide open receiver down inside the red zone to the 9-yard line, a pickup of 32 yards, Mark Anthony. 100 passing yards for Florida. The Florida Sharks passing offense averages just 218 yards a game, 7th worst in the league, as Mac Chima's now 4 for 5. Hits Byleth Thomas down the field. Cincinnati, a talented offense with Mac Chima, Al Ingram III, Warren Murray, and Thomas, along with T-Roy Gaines at tight end. Cincinnati's your best record in the UFL right now at 6-0. Hand off to Sauce K. He spins back inside, but for no gain, as Florida's trying to get a touchdown on the board. Cincinnati's across the 50. Francis, play fake, and on a little RPO, that pass should have been caught, but it's incomplete. Francis now 6 of 19 for 114 yards, or 6 of 9 rather. 3rd and goal for Florida. Cincinnati's got a first down. That drive will continue. Handoff on a draw, and it almost worked out of the 1-yard line. That was Marcus Jones with the carry, and it fooled everybody. Almost getting in for a touchdown. Get a look at the pylon cam, actually right down the line, and a really good open field tackle there from the strong safety, Antoine Brandon. Got some help from his teammate as well to hold him back. 4th and goal for Florida. A decision to make here. And Florida's going to elect to take the 3. That's a little bit surprising. They've been a little conservative. Of course, still may not be trusting that offense all the way. That's an 18-yard field goal for Florida. It's good. 14-6 is your score. 2nd and 1 for New York. Up 10-3. Brando Black's pass is caught to the sideline to the Cleveland 42. Black 7 of 10 for 60 yards, and Gordon's got his 3rd catch. Let's go to Cincinnati, where the Vultures are driving in Tennessee territory. Mac Chima, deep ball down the field inside the 10 and down to the 6. Cincinnati's looking for their first offensive points of the day. That's Green, unclaimed speedy wide receiver 3, Matt Green, on this team with that reception. New York's got another completion for 7 yards. That goes to Saunders, one of their new unclaimed wide receivers at the top of the depth chart. 2nd down and 3 for New York. 5.5 to go in the first half, but we're looking at the Vultures right now in a 7-7 ball game. Chima all day. This is Warren Murray territory, but cannot find anybody open. That is a sack. Tennessee with the takedown. That's Delaney saluting to the crowd. 2nd and goal coming up for Cincinnati. Usually Warren Murray on the back line has been money for the Vultures so far this season. Brando Black on a 3rd down and 3, and Robert Henson can't get there. Now it's 4th and 2. It'd be a 51-yard field goal from here, so that doesn't help the Hugo players. Or they could go for it on 4th down and 2. 2nd and goal, Florida nearly with an interception. 2nd and goal for Cincinnati. They'll hand it off on a draw. Tennessee read it. Loss of 3. Al Ingram hasn't had much room today. Tackle by Harrison Reed. New York will kick a 51-yard field goal and got it. So we'll at least get 13 as a called number. A 51-yarder for New York. Just scrapes over the crossbar, and the Lightning take a 13-3 advantage. 3rd and goal from the 17. Mac Chima doesn't know where to toss this thing, and a good red zone stop for Tennessee. As that pass, I think, ended up incomplete. Oh, no, Gaines did catch it, but for minimal yardage. That's unclaimed corner Trayon Williams making this solid open field tackle. New Orleans is back across the 50. And there he is again, Trevor Neville, making a monstrous debut for the Claws. And I'm just now noticing that the spreads on the screen are incorrect. Cincinnati, a touchdown plus favorite over Tennessee at -7.5. Cleveland is a slight underdog here at home, 1.5. And New Orleans is a slight 2.5-point favorite at home against Florida. Ray Chapatulis on the carry, 4 carries for 25 yards for Ray. Cleveland's got a first down to the 38-yard line. And actually, let's go to Cleveland as the sirens were sounding in Cincinnati after that score. 10-7, Cincinnati gets a field goal up on the board. That field goal goes for 34 yards. 34 yards.
Here we go. 10 Lobo.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Get it. Switch it.
Goes down in 10 for Cleveland, down 10. And Isaac Covert lets one rip, but the receiver way out of bounds. All right, let's go back to New Orleans where the Claws are driving once more. 2nd down and 3 with 3:40 to go in the first half. And Lafouche's pass in traffic is incomplete. He's 5 of 10 for 100 yards and a touchdown. 11 runs, 9 passes to date for Tennessee. They trail by just 3, hanging around in Cincinnati. Despite the slow start, the pick 6 from new quarterback, unclaimed quarterback George Snyder. Lafouche's pass over the middle complete. That is Cameron Bailey. And the drive continues for New Orleans into the red zone. Yeah, 450-plus yard plays in this game, field goals or touchdowns. Some by the offense, some by the defense, some by special teams. Snyder's pass to the sideline, a good one, caught the 48, and a leaping catch by Cleveland. That's Cash Carter with his first catch of the day. That's worth another look, lower left-hand corner of your screen. Carter getting up for that one. St. Louis draped all over him. 2 minutes to go in Cincinnati's first half. That's a double look for Cash Carter. Brando Black, Dante Doom, good to see you here. New York trying to sweep Cleveland this season in the Metro Division. The first rematch of any divisional game here this season. 2nd and 13 for Whisker Lafouche. She'll check that down. It'll be 3rd and long. The second rematch in a division is tonight on UFL Primetime. Must-see TV as the undefeated Dallas Talons are on the road to take on the one-loss St. Louis Rivermen. You know who they lost to? Dallas. It's a rematch in the Central, and Chris Curtis and Tyler Falk have your call coming up on UFL Primetime. George Snyder takes off inside the 30. Snyder's got a first down for Tennessee. They've got all 3 timeouts and 1:25 to go in the quarter. Coming up on the 2-minute warning in both Cleveland and New Orleans. Whisker Lafouche is sacked. So Florida will hold the 3. Mims with a sack as they've hit the 2-minute warning. Cleveland's about to hit the 2-minute warning as Covert's up to 26 rushing yards. .106 to go for Tennessee. Field goal coming up, a 40-yarder for New Orleans. Tennessee is in the red zone with under a minute to go. 40-yard field goal for New Orleans. That's good. And it's now 17-6 Claws. And that's now 16 numbers we've called out tonight. 4 of them in the 40s. As again, Cleveland's got a stellar catch. Now we have 2 teams in the red zone. That pass caught by Randall, his 4th. Tennessee has a touchdown. Unclaimed George Snyder's first touchdown of his young season. It goes to Coleman, the tight end. Darrington Coleman unclaimed as well for Tennessee. And how about the Ramblers? They take the lead just before the half on unbeaten Cincinnati. A beautiful look at the pylon cam there. as Robert Brady tried to get the stop. Cleveland's inside the red zone down to the 11-yard line. Extra point is good for Tennessee. They go up 14-10.
Come on, set. 30 base.
That Tennessee touchdown was from 5 yards out, and that's already hit tonight. All right, what can Florida do in the 2-minute offense? It's going to be third down coming up for Cleveland. Joe Francis on 2nd down and 6 completes a pass near a first down. 8 of 11 in the first half is Francis. Covert, 3rd down and 2. End zone, touchdown! Wide open, Carrick Randall, 5 receptions in the first half for the Cleveland tight end, and Covert knew he was going to take a shot and delivers a perfect pass anyway. And that was a 7-yard touchdown, and that's already hit. There's a booth review going on there. Florida caught to the 36-yard line. What a grab over the middle. That's another Gordon unclaimed participating in today's action. Joe Francis and this Florida Shark offense really solid here in this first half. Mac Chima trying to get something going inside 30 seconds to go in the first half.
90 Wolf.
Extra point is good for Cleveland. 11-play, 81-yard, 3-minute, 32-second drive. Makes it 13-10. New York up by 3. Joe Francis inside the 10. 10 of 14. The Sharks are in the red zone. Chima's pass is hauled in. Cincinnati's got 2 timeouts left, down 4. Florida not calling any timeouts because they're already in scoring range. They don't want to leave New Orleans with a bunch of time on the clock.
Yo, Rocket, come on.
From 8 yards out, Florida's got 20 seconds and counting. Joe Francis on a 1st and goal just gets rid of it to the back pylon. Touchdown, Florida! Touchdown for unclaimed Lamont Rutledge the 2nd, and it goes for 8 yards. Florida gets a red zone touchdown, and they're right back in this thing. Pylon Cam gets knocked to the sky as well, and we lost the signal.
The kicker on for the point after.
Extra point is good, and the Sharks now trail by just 4. Deep shot, Cincinnati caught at the 21-yard line of Tennessee. So the Vultures will get points out of this drive after all at the end of the half. And that is Byleth Thomas again with a catch. 4 grabs for 69 first half yards. 3rd and 6 for New York. They have under a minute to go in the first half to try to do something with it. This is a 38-yard field goal for Cincinnati. That kick is good. 14-13 is your score. And I think someone in the chat has 39. So now 38 and 40 have hit. That's rough. We're up to 18 called Hugo numbers in the first half.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
New York has to punt. Cleveland down to 1 timeout as they took theirs to stop the clock. It looks like New Orleans is just running out this first half. So we'll go to Cleveland where they'll have 46 seconds left, down 3. Isaac Covert, 13 of 18 for 148 yards, a touchdown and no picks. Pretty good day at the office so far. Tennessee's got 1 second left. Covert dumps that one off. That's not going to get much. If you've missed any scores from an exciting Week 7, they are on your screen now. And right now we've got 3 one-score games as they're all starting to tick towards the locker room. Cleveland's really the last team that has a realistic shot at points. It's going to be third down there with 20 seconds to go in the half. 4 seconds left. Doesn't look like New Orleans is trying to do much with this.
I'm here all day. Check 52.
As Chapatulis gets a first down, and that ends the first half. 44 yards on 9 grabs for Ray. That pass is caught down the field. That is Carrick Randall again. Have yourself a day. Unclaimed tight end Carrick Randall. If you want to get into the UFL at tight end, Randall might be your guy. He does lead the team with 40 receptions. 40 receptions for 457 yards this season, and he is unclaimed, folks. Just got his second touchdown earlier in the ball game. Cleveland takes their last timeout. They're outside of field goal range, so they're just going to have to chuck it. Isaac Covert gonna launch it deep. And one-on-one, almost caught. It's incomplete. Whoa, that was a good effort at the end of the first half. All right, we're just starting our third quarters across the league. We'll watch Tennessee's first play, and then we'll take a quick break. And I mean quick break. That pass is incomplete over the middle. Let's pause for league rights right here on UFL Game Night.
This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
You're watching UFL Game Night on the Virtual Football Network. It's a 3rd down and 8 for Tennessee as we start the second half.
Ready. 60 or.
The Tennessee Ramblers 1-5, and they are up a point in Cincinnati. And George Snyder is airing a deep ball down the field. It was a little bit underthrown, and then the receiver could not haul it in. That was Action Jackson, who had everybody beat. Wow. Naisha Ingram saved the touchdown, and Tennessee's got to punt the football. Chapatulis running hard, 60 yards on 11 carries in this ball game. New Orleans up by 4. 2-4 Claws, 0-5 Sharks. 3-3 Lightning, 2-4 Bandits, 1-5 Ramblers, and the unbeaten Cincinnati Vultures trying to become the first UFL team to get to 7-0. Dallas is 5-0. They play tonight at St. Louis. Handoff, Al Ingram the third. Going to make it 2nd and short, 42 yards on 12 carries for him today. And New Orleans ran out of time. We have no teams across the 50. And off, Ingram the third, not much there, so 3rd down coming up for Cincinnati. We're only 3rd down on the board right now. Bunch to the left. Covert still slinging it for Cleveland. And Mac Chima's pass. He had an open receiver way off target. Just the 4th incompletion for Mac Chima, but Tennessee's defense gets off the field. And you can see it just kind of flew out of his hand. Chima lucky that was not intercepted. He had a guy coming over the middle. 3rd down and 1 for Covert, and the Bandits, they try to throw for it, and he won't get it. Big time stop there. Let's go to New Orleans. 3rd down and 10. Whisker LaFouche throws it short of the sticks. Cannot get it, so New Orleans will have to punt. Wow, nobody can get Action Jackson on the ground for Tennessee. 1st down at the 29-yard line. George Snyder, 10 of 15, 128 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Unclaimed quarterback. Pretty rare around the UFL parts. New York's got the football back, up 13-10. New Orleans is now punting, so we go back to Cincinnati, where I don't know if you can call the Vultures on upset alert just yet, but Tennessee has certainly weathered the storm. They are outgaining Cincinnati 216-158 right now. They started this game down 7-0 on George Snyder's second throw of the day, which was picked off and taken back to the house. Florida backed up to their own 8. 2nd and 6 coming up for New York. 3rd and 5 for Tennessee. Sauce K just ran over somebody, and that's another completion for Tennessee. 3rd catch for Action Jackson for 35 yards. And New York's got a first down. Blacks over 100. Saunders with the catch. Unclaimed wide receiver 2, Jalen Saunders. Sauce K, that is just ruthless. Upper left-hand corner of the screen. Watch this hit. Wham. Goodbye.
Down. 10-2 Sauce.
They gonna need some therapy after this.
First and 10, 8:06 to go in the third for the Ramblers. Bunch to the left. Hand off with some room. Maurice Stokes, not a stellar debut, just 22 yards on 11 carries. Black loses the football. It's picked up by Cleveland. New York, I think I just saw, has just 87 total yards of offense. And 2 different, you could see, just terrible blocking. Terrible pass blocking by Jennings here. He let 2 guys go right past him. Penny Lane is the leader of this Cleveland defense, but that was an ugly play for New York, as Cleveland will get the football. Tennessee on a 3rd down and 1. They've got a first down. And that's the first turnover of the day for the Lightning. Sherman with another carry, successfully for Tennessee. Jaden Swift trying to get going for Cleveland. He has also struggled today, just 24 yards on 14 carries from Overcast, Ohio.
Ready to break.
Oh, Swift decked in the backfield. New York's defense top tier. Snyder takes off for Tennessee. Slides down. He's got 30 yards on 5 carries and a touchdown. Sauce K back to work. Jukin and Jivin, 86 yards on 19 carries for Sauce. Florida down 4. That's Fletcher's 8th tackle. Oh, Snyder buried right at the Vulture logo. Ford with a sack. Tennessee goes backwards. It's 3rd down and long, and on 3rd down and 7, Covert tried to take off. He got nothing. Big Jenkins up front. And the Bandits aren't going to do anything off the New York turnover. Now Tennessee backed up. 3rd down and 16 at the Vulture 48. 5:20 to go in the third. Against a blitz, they throw where it came from, but the receiver has no idea where he is. That was a mess. New York's punt. Oh, it just rolled. Cleveland's punt just rolled into the end zone past the pylon, and New York dodges a bullet. Let's go to New Orleans, where Florida's on the move. They trail 17-13. $43 watching right now, and 29 of you have claimed your bingo cards. What are you waiting for? Hand off to Sauce K. It'll be 3rd down. Slowly but surely, New Orleans starting to figure out that Florida run game. 3rd down and 12 for the Sharks. They have really struggled in this area a lot this season. Francis over the middle, and a great little rub route. Wow, a New Orleans Claw player got decked over the middle. Florida's up to 200 passing yards. That's Gordon's third grab, but it is short of the first down. We have had no points in the second half of any of these games. Florida on 4th and 4. They will punt, so New Orleans successfully gets off the field. Mac Chima down 1. Fires to the sideline, and it's incomplete. All right, now where do we go? Let's check in on New York's offense. They're punting, 4th and 12. Let's go to Cincinnati. 4 minutes to go in the third. They hand it off to the fullback on 2nd and 10. That was surprising. Now it's 3rd down and long. Chapatulas, 14 carries, 64 yards for New Orleans. They're protecting a 17-13 advantage. All 3 games on the other side of the third quarter. Chima on a 3rd down and 10. All day to throw. It is caught, and Violet Thomas has been his man most of the day, but finally Warren Murray gets involved. Their number 1 receiver, just 2 catches for 11 yards in this game. And that'll be a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati in Tennessee territory. 3rd down and 8 coming up for New Orleans. Up 4. Whisker LaFouche on a screen. Chapatulas, what a great play. Individual effort by unclaimed strong safety Kadarius Parker for Florida. Swift's up to near midfield. How about Joe Duncan the second with his 4th tackle of the day? This one goes for a TFL in the backfield on Al Ingram. Shout out to some defenders we have not mentioned. Jack Toulouse, Harrison Quick, Elijah Quick. Brian Bleeker's the Cincinnati kicker. Nathan Brady, the 4th. As well for Cincinnati, catching this punt on the run, and then a whiplash hit on Florida's returner up to the 45-yard line, but good field position for the Sharks. Joe Francis today, 15 of 19, 214 yards, a touchdown, and no picks. He looks like a new man, but Florida still trails by 4. Handoff K, pass midfield. Cleveland is also past midfield. Cincinnati's past midfield. And again, the Vultures have a first down to the Tennessee 22-yard line, exposing the middle of the field. That's T-Roy Gaines, 214 yards now for Cincinnati's offense. Handoff to Swift on a counter. That got blown up. And Sauce K on his 23rd carry will not get the first down. Isaiah Fowler leads the league in carries with 138, in case you were wondering. 3rd down and inches. Play fake. Joe Francis fires down the field, and the pass is inaccurate. Now, that looked like that had the makings of it. Now will Florida decide to go for it? They've been very conservative today. I don't know where he's looking. Somebody ran the wrong route, I think. Isaac Covert wide open. Cleveland's in the red zone. Florida elects to punt on 4th and inches. Down 4. Their defense has been very good. This ball hops at the 1-yard line and deadens. That might be the best punt you could possibly have. I mean, that ball went straight up in the air at the half-yard line. All right, Cleveland is in the red zone. 25 runs, 25 passes for Cleveland's offense that has dominated time of possession in this one. 3rd down and 12. Chima's pass is incomplete. Covert into the end zone. It is picked off. Picked off. St. Louis, or St. Louis as it were, with the interception for New York. The Lightning defense does it again. A little bit of a wobbler, and the receiver just kind of ran out of room. First interception of the season for Lewis. Tennessee blocks the field goal. Picked up. Oh, the run of the big fella breaks a tackle, and then he's put down at the 33-yard line. Mike Rodick, the star defensive tackle, picked up the football and rumbled and stumbled and could not score. We still have no points in any of the games in the second half. And Tennessee still has a lead.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Oh my goodness. Tennessee now in Cincinnati territory. There's a flag on a big Sherman run into the red zone. It's probably coming back.
Holding offense.
It is. Brando Black into a crowd, incomplete.
Come on, set. 8
And another penalty marker on New Orleans. They are late to the snap again. Low snap for Snyder in Tennessee. Inside field goal range now with 7 seconds to go in the quarter. The blocked field goals recently. Feels like we're certainly above our average in the last couple of games. Robert Henson Jr., 4 carries, just 12 yards. Now it's 3rd and 10 New York. Not much room there for Tennessee. Going to be 3rd down there as well. Whisker LaFouche is a first down. That is Trevor Neville again. In his first game as a Claw, 115 yards for 5 grabs. Brando Black going deep on 3rd down and 10. One-on-one coverage, and it's underthrown and incomplete. Cleveland gets a stop. George Snyder on a scramble for the Ramblers. The scrambling Rambler all the way down to the 6-yard line. Red zone, Tennessee. 271 yards of offense for Tennessee tonight as they've hit the 4th quarter. We saw earlier that Cleveland has had over 50 offensive plays. New York has only had 30 offensive plays in this game.
30 base.
Bandits have the ball again, down 3. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line for Tennessee. On a counter, Stokes is dropped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. 2nd and goal. Robert Brady Jr. with his 4th tackle. He's been outstanding, especially in the second half. Can Tennessee save us from a scoreless second half across game night? This is crazy. Under 10 to go in New Orleans.
Ready. 60 outlaw.
2nd and goal for Tennessee. Handoff, Stokes inside the 5, touchdown, Tennessee! From 8 yards out, it's already been called. Polk gets a sack in the backfield for New York. Tennessee is up 7 on the road in Cincinnati.
The kicker on for the point after.
Extra point is good, 21-13. We have had so many duplicate calls tonight. Deep shot, New Orleans, and wow, that receiver got rocked. I don't know how Trevor Neville got up from that. 4th and 12, New Orleans. They got a punt again. Watch this hit, upper left. Neville, a helmet to the groin. Ouch. Isaac Covert, 3rd and 16, following a sack. He just takes the check down, and we got another punt in Cleveland. a punt in New Orleans. And Tennessee's up 8. And that punt down at the 3 by New Orleans. I don't know what to say, folks. This is something. Mac Chima's got a first down. We're up to 53 viewers watching. And listen, all 3 games have been one-score games here tonight on Game Night. But after a very entertaining and exciting first half of explosive plays, we've had 1 score in the second half as Florida's inside their own 5-yard line. Mac Chima's trying to get things going for Cincinnati, and the receiver deep cannot come up with that catch. Chima's 16 of 23. Let's go to Cleveland, where it's first down and 10 at the 38-yard line for Brando Black and the Lightning. Pass is caught to the 44. Black is 14 of 21, but only 108 yards. Florida has 303 total yards of offense today, but are still losing. Another incompletion deep for Chima. Sauce K with a juke and a first down to the 13-yard line. Sauce is up over 100 yards. Second and 3, Brando Black across the middle. McGee broke a tackle. What are they going to do with that? They do not give him forward progress, and he lost 2 yards. Penny Lane with her 3rd tackle, and a beautiful play by Cincinnati on 3rd down and 10 as a first down to the Tennessee 42-yard line. I got to get another look at this. Al Ingram, well, he almost tripped and fell, but caught the ball for 18 yards. Florida with 7:13 to go. That pass is complete in contested traffic. Francis with just 5 incompletions today. 3rd down and 5 for New York. That is caught on an out route. First down, Lightning to the Cleveland 49-yard line. Black 16 of 23. That's Jennings' 3rd catch. First and 10 for Cincinnati. They are driving. Chima got absolutely lit up, but delivers a strike for 18 yards. That's Warren Murray. 4 for 43 now for their leading receiver. We have 3 one-score games right now. Florida and Cincinnati, trailing teams, have the ball. Those are our pressure points as Black's pass is caught wide open. New York down to the 24-yard line. All right, let's go to Cincinnati. They are the closest to scoring position. First and 10, Chima a little bit late with that ball. It's incomplete. He's now got 10 incompletions. Joe Francis has to get rid of it. Just does. It's caught at the 45-yard line. That might be the best throw of the season for Joe Francis. Upper left-hand corner, 3 guys barreling down on him, takes a shot and finds Jones. First and goal, McCabe's first catch. First and goal for Cincinnati. New York's in the red zone with 9:20 to go, up 3. Joe Francis deep again. Down the field, caught. Florida's down to the New Orleans 25-yard line. First down and goal at the 6 for Cincinnati. They'll throw it outside. Trying to turn the corner and only got 2 down to the 4-yard line. Green with a catch, his 3rd. 3rd down and 1 for New York. They try to throw it outside and the tackle's made. I think New York's going to be burning some of these RPOs. Oh, man, 3rd and 1. New York comes up empty again offensively. Wide open over the middle. Look at Florida. They are in the red zone. All 3 teams in the red zone right now. Chima, end zone, touchdown, Cincinnati. 2-point game, T-Roy Gaines. 33-yard field goal for New York is good. 2nd and 1. Francis is sacked, lost the ball, picked up by Florida. Oh, 33 yards is already hit. And Cincinnati's got to go for 2. They're going to go for 2 to tie the game. Chima going to throw for it. Chima end zone, caught, out of bounds. Tennessee still leading by 2 with 7:45 to play. And that Cincinnati touchdown
70, Indy.
was from 4 yards out, and the 2-point conversion leaves them at 19. We also have 16 off the board as New York updates their score. So 4, 9, and 16 just recently hitting there. 21-19 Tennessee. 16-10. Mark Anthony just got Florida down to the 1-yard line. 16-10 New York. Cleveland's got the football. First down and goal at the 1 with 3:20 to go for Florida. Down 4. Francis going to try to throw for it. Francis going to be sacked back at the 11. Man, Florida cannot catch a break. Cleveland's got a first down and more past midfield. Big play there for the Bandits. Quiet day for Beaverhausen, but that's Cash Carter with the catch. Tennessee up 2. Snyder off to the sideline. Not much there. 14-19 for a $149. Now second down and goal for Florida at the 11-yard line. Down 4. Francis fires over the middle. It's caught to the 10. Francis 22 of 28 for 316 yards. Tennessee's got a first down. Covert over the middle, hits Jaden Swift, breaks 2 tackles, and gets to the New York 34-yard line. The Bandits threatening.
You ready?
Third down and goal. 2:10 left for Florida, seeking their first win of the season. They'll draw it to the 2-yard line. 2 minutes to go. Fourth and goal for Florida. They made fourth down a little bit more manageable. Couple of third and long draws inside the red zone for Florida, but this time they can't settle for 3. They got to go for it. Fourth and goal at the 2 for the Sharks. Handoff, K did not get there. No points. Cleveland's down to the New York 30-yard line. Tennessee with a fresh set of downs, protecting a 2-point lead, and I think now officially we can put Cincinnati on upset alert. They need a stop. Covert, third down and 7 for Cleveland, all day to throw. Looking for someone to get open. The pass is caught inside the red zone. Tennessee first down to the 33-yard line. Still only have 2 scores in the second half. 3 if you count the New York field goal. Cleveland in the red zone. Under 5 to go. Covert sacked again. Big man Jenkins takes him down at 2nd and 20. 51st play of the day for Tennessee's offense. No huddle for Cleveland, down 6. Covert finally gets rid of it and throws it away. Wow. Florida burning timeouts.
Let's go, defense.
Tennessee is in the red zone. Unbelievable. 3rd and 20 for Cleveland. Covert sacked again. Oh my goodness, out of field goal range. New Orleans just gave it to the fullback on 3rd and 3, and I think he got it. New York's defense, as Tennessee goes down for a sack, New York's defense in the last 3 weeks has been spectacular. They gave up 10 to Florida, 13 to New Orleans since that 40-17 loss to Miami. And on 4th and 32, Cleveland has no choice. They got to punt and play defense. What an incredible stop. Florida is out of timeouts. 2nd and 4 coming up in that game as New Orleans tries to hang on somehow over Florida, who played 5 times better than they played all season. Brady the fourth with his first tackle. Ray Chapatulis has a first down and more for New Orleans, and it looks like the Claws are going 3 and 4. What a tough day for Florida. So close to their first win, but it looks like they are going to remain the UFL's only winless team. Oh, what a catch for New York! Brando Black goes for 40 as New York tries to ice the game. Caught by Gordon. Oh, 3rd and 21. Snyder almost threw a pick for Tennessee. Now it's 4th and 21 with 2:09 to go. I think Tennessee's in field goal range. Kneel downs in New Orleans as Florida loses another low-scoring heartbreaker. Their last losses 17-13, 17-10, 17-13. 47-yard field goal for Tennessee is good. A 47 had already hit, but 24 has not. The updated score for Tennessee, we are still without a Hugo tonight, again for the 2nd consecutive game night, but we have 23 numbers called. Diagonals win tonight. 2nd and 1 for New York with 2:25 to go, trying to put it away. Cincinnati's potential game-winning drive is coming up with 2:04 to go, and New York did not get the snap off. Wow.
Still 2nd down.
2nd and 6. Don't forget, coming up, Dallas, St. Louis. Chris Curtis, Tyler Falk on the call. Dallas is undefeated, and St. Louis's only loss was to Dallas. Dallas heads to Missouri to play in the Rockin' Dome. Brando Black's pass to the sideline is caught, but it will stop the clock. 3rd down and 4. New York is up 6. Matt Chima now has the football for Cincinnati. The Vultures undefeated. Tennessee 1-5 with a new quarterback and running back under center. Brando Black, deep shot down the field, is incomplete. So Cleveland will get another shot. Down 6. They will have a chance for a game-winning drive with 2 minutes to go. Matt Chima looking for someone to get open for Cincinnati. That pass is intercepted. Intercepted on the sideline, Dexter Jackson. How did that happen? How did that happen? Deflected, and Jackson at the last second got 2 feet in right there. Tennessee just might pull this off. And their starting quarterback and running back are unclaimed. The upset of the season so far, but Cincinnati has all 3 timeouts. They could potentially get the ball back. And they'll start burning them now. Cleveland has done nothing offensively since the end of the first half. There's 2 minutes to go there. What's up, LB Coach Big Charlie? I'm not sure what you're referencing. Did I say that? 16-10. Cleveland down 6. Both offenses have been in a rut, but that man has been the best player on the field on the offensive side of the ball today. That is Randall with his 9th grab for 115 yards. Tennessee has a 3rd down and 4, and Cincinnati has just 1 timeout remaining. Covert, deep shot down the field is caught. There's 2 receivers in the area, caught at the 29-yard line by Jaden Swift, and Tennessee just got a 1st down. The Ramblers might just do it. Look at Jaden Swift. He took it right away from Cash Carter, and Cleveland's in business. New York's defense has been stepping up time and time again, but they have been on the field a lot today. 1:46 seconds left for Cleveland. Tennessee's still playing. They're down to the red zone. Oh, that pass was almost caught at the 5 by Cleveland. Action Jackson's 6th grab for 71 yards. Tennessee's playing with fire a little bit.
Here we go. 15.
But they want it all against Cincinnati, apparently. They're out here to make a statement. And Snyder's throwing again. The pass is caught down to the 6-yard line. Cleveland is down to the 4. 1st and goal for Cleveland. That is Hill's 5th grab for 84 yards. Kneel downs for Tennessee. It looks like that upset's going to happen. 1st and goal. Isaac Covert sacked again. Back at the 14. Winters with the takedown. The sacks are killing the Bandits. 1 minute left. Tennessee has made it official. They pull the upset. Covert, got to get rid of it. Takes a check down inside the 10. Down to the 6-yard line. 3rd and goal for Cleveland. The last time these 2 teams met, we went to overtime.
Hey, let's go.
3rd and goal. 35 seconds. Covert looking. End zone. Penalty. Was he out of bounds? Yes. Loss of down. 4th and goal. Wow, and that was Carrick Randall as well, their top target today. It's all come down to this. 4th and goal at the 29-yard line. Cleveland is down 6. Potentially for the win, they'd need an extra point. Covert, 4th and goal. Covert, end zone, caught, and another flag. He's out of bounds again. And New York will take over. Oh my gosh, I have never seen a game end like that. Back-to-back illegal touchings, and on 4th and goal, he actually caught it, but stepped out of bounds prior to the catch. And that's how New York will sweep the Cleveland Bandits, 1 in overtime and 1 with a goal line stop at the 6-yard line, and no points again. Unbelievable. I've never seen a game end like that. Now I will say Cleveland does have 1 more timeout. It's 3rd down and 5. This is not over yet. I think just me and everyone in the stadium is stunned. The handoff to Jupiter Jennings, and his best run of the day seals the game. New York has 2 wins. They're 3-4. They're about to be 3-4. And they have 2 wins. Both against, or check that, New York's about to be 4-3. Hello, Lightning. 2 of their wins are nail-biting victories against Cleveland. Both offenses still struggling, but New York's defense, again, was the difference in this ball game. I'm exhausted. We only had 3 scores in the second half of game night. We had 18 called numbers in the first half of game night and only 5 in the second half of game night. Hopefully Dallas and St. Louis will give us something good in prime time. Wow. Kane Vasquez, 7 tackles, a fumble recovery, and a touchdown. And that was the difference. Cue the outro music. Your final scores tonight on game night, you got to be kidding me. 3-1 score games. New Orleans beats Florida 17-13 on a 4th and goal stop at the 2. New York beats Cleveland 16-10 on a 4th and goal stop at the 6. And Tennessee, the 1-5 Ramblers, goes into Cincinnati and upsets the Vultures 24-19 with an interception in the final 2 minutes. UFL Primetime is next. Our next telecast of UFL Game Night is on Thursday. Right back here, same time, same place. For all of us here at the UFL, I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine, and we'll see you next time here on Game Night. UFL Primetime coming up next.